I know that it's easy to say, well, politicians are all corrupt. But then it's a little bit harder to think that a politician who's corrupt also rapes and kills children. I think that's where we have to draw the line. We say, no, that I can't believe. Because if they're doing that, I think everyone has to go through the process that I just described because it's personal. It's a personal betrayal for everyone. If that's what our world leaders are doing, well, it's really no wonder that the world looks like what it looks like today. It's no wonder that there is so much hunger and poverty in the world, and that the resources of the world are being hoarded by a few. But that this is an addiction. That this is an addiction that any junkie that you find on the street that has to shoot up and will do anything to get that next high, that these people are no better. These people have an amazing brain and intellect, and it makes them all the more dangerous to the world. That is an addiction to power. It's an addiction that I know everything about because I was really badly abused. I know what it's like to feel silly and to be laughed at. I can relate to the need to cover over this lack of self-esteem with something from the outside, some status, something that gives me importance from the outside. Sometimes something that gives me that robe, that invisible robe of power, that everyone is just going to look up to me. I wish, sometimes I wish. It seems like the easy way out. On a personal level, though, I had to reach a place in my healing where I understand that I would never want that. I never chose for it, and that's why I went into the healing, which is away from power towards truth. And unfortunately, we're always going in one direction or the other direction. There's kind of no place in between. We're either doing the right thing or we're doing something that goes against the good of ourselves and the good of others. Anyone who really knows the world of power would not advise me to name names because I don't want to compromise myself in any way. I don't want to open myself up to litigation from the families. And I should say that all my perpetrators are dead, and that my naming names today wouldn't make any difference. It wouldn't save a single child. It's a noble idea to name names to save children, but my safety has to come first because I have to do my work. But wanting me to name names from people that, I saw in Belgium in 1972, there is that natural feeling of revenge that I was talking about. Revenge, the desire for revenge when confronted with this darkness and this horror. Of course we want revenge. Of course we want to do something. We want to take some action before really accepting that this is the truth. This is the status quo right now. There's a lot of work to be done. We're just at the very beginning of this change. It's the very beginning where people are really understanding that this darkness, it's really here, There's so much hypocrisy, there's so many lies. And what lies behind that hypocrisy and those lies, that's what we're just starting to look at. That's the people we've given our power to. Having the courage to go into the most painful moments of our lives and to feel again how vulnerable we were and to feel again the fear that we're going to be abused in that moment, that is going to be used against us, and then find compassion, love, understanding,